Hello, hello, hello. Once again, Nubian King. Got some more dialogue for you. Before we get started, hit your subscribe button. Become a member by subscribing. So every time I can, put the video up, you'll get the notification. And the like. That will assist those that's looking for Nubian King out of Israel to find me on YouTube. Also, the bell for the notification. You know, ding. Let's say a bell, ding. All right. Okay, we heading out now. First thing in the morning, you starting out with me, and I want to talk to you about CNN and facts. Do you watch CNN? Did you watch CNN Plus? Well, if you didn't watch CNN Plus, you'll never be able to do it because CNN Plus flopped real quick. It was supposed to be a special news service or whatever that, I don't even know because I saw CNN Plus, but I never watched it. I saw advertisement, but first of all, CNN, cable news network, if you don't know, let me say it to you that CNN is not a news network. CNN is the United States of America governmental propaganda media to tell you stories that shape your thoughts and opinion about stuff in the direction and manner that the government wants you to think about things. Look at the situation that's taking place over there with Ukraine. All the people that comment about Ukraine saying they're killing Russian soldiers and Ukraine is being slaughtered by Russian soldiers, they're getting their information from CNN. And that's it. They don't get they CNN. Don Lemon and the people that work over there, news actors, not news anchors. And the reason why I say that to you is I don't listen to CNN as a source of news and information. I'll listen to CNN a few minutes to hear the spin that they're putting on the story, which are lies. And I just listen to see, the text, check myself. I'll say, okay, now this is how they're going to spin this. And boom, just like that. And so I'm listening to CNN spin this, situation between Russia and Ukraine. And they're bringing up individuals to help support their position that we need to support Ukraine and justify this $3 billion they done already told the American people they're giving Ukraine to support them. And man, wow. And American people over there paying more money for everything, being told the reason why is Putin. And the reason why the American people are sucking that up and believing it and not questioning it is because most Americans do not keep up with geopolitics, world situation enough to really even understand what the hell is going on. So they take information from CNN, run out in the street, we need to support Ukraine. And they don't even know who the damn president of Ukraine is. But that's what they say on CNN. $3 billion and don't nobody know who got nothing. They'll, the American people been shitting on like you wouldn't believe it. Because why? They're taking the information off CNN. They're being conditioned to think that we gonna do this in order to defeat Putin. Wow. Man, I was sitting there this morning getting ready to come to work, listening to the spin that Don Lemon and the characters and the actors, and they had the white girl reporting from Ukraine, and you listen to the words that they use to describe, the atrocities, the vile, the unbelievable, terrible, and this is like, damn, but you don't even see nobody. You notice that? They show you some bodies of something behind a blurred image that said that's a body in the street. But it's all blurred out. But it's a body. And then they bring these women on and they just crying, I'm like, damn, they're really working this. And so if you're a person that sit up and listen to CNN, man, you be running out there just like these black folks went over there. They didn't even know the racism that these Europeans spew against black people. Kind of reminding you of those white South Africans doing apartheid to call, black people darkies and kiffers and all this kind of stuff. And they like that today, right now in Ukraine. And black folks sitting up getting their information off CNN is running over there fighting. And I just heard last week, one of them jokers, or two of them jokers, will wind up getting killed. Black folks from America. Ain't nobody said diddly squat. They don't care about you, Negro. And they don't even know how the Ukrainian was, when they was getting on the train, getting up out there in the beginning, hey, they had them black people standing out there, ass out in the bitter cold. Wouldn't let them on the train. I mean, it's crazy, man. And then you got black people in America talking about, we got to, help Ukraine. I watched this report about this church in the States that had black and white people, members, and several of the members are actually Ukrainian citizens living in America. They all go to this church. They got black people up there in the church. And this report was about an American citizen going to Ukraine to help Ukraine fight Russian atrocities. Okay? And then when they went to the church to interview the guy that was going to fight for Ukraine, it was an African American dude. And all the white people sitting around here were Ukrainian. And not one of them was going over there. You see the kind of stuff that I'm talking about that when you're not thinking, when your mind is filled with poison, toxin impurities, and fluoride from the toothpaste and the water they stuff, you can't even think that. Everybody called up, oh, it's so wonderful, he's going to help the Ukrainian fight against Russia. But all these other white folks sitting around here white, and they ain't going. And they Ukrainians. Now, what kind of dumb shit is that? I mean, I'm the only one that's willing to leave my family. Doughboy got family, you know what I'm saying? Friends. Born and raised in America, and he finna jump on a plane and go to a cold country that hate his black ass, and none of the people there that are Ukrainian are going with them. I be damn. How stupid can you get? A couple of weeks ago, I heard about, one or two black guys they said done died over there. I just wonder if it's him. Wouldn't that be a damnable shame? This Negro done popped on the plane, slid over there, jumped out, got to fight, wind up dead, and not one of them Ukrainians went him. I don't know if it was that guy, but you understand the point I'm making. How is it that the people that are born and raised from that place in this church in America are not saying we going over there to fight against Russia? They let the Negro, they all got around and they were hugging him, he feeling all good and loved by the white man, took his ass right over to Ukraine. But y'all not hearing these stories that I'm hearing because you're sitting there with your eyes big and your ears big, being hypnotized by the bullshit, spin, and lies that CNN is pumping into your brain. You have to go to other networks around the internet to get information from people that are sincere about telling you the truth and what's actually happening in different world events. Not just this thing here with Ukraine and Russia, other things in the world that's taking place that for objectives that you may not know, we may not know, that these government leaders are, endeavoring to accomplish by telling you this bullshiggity. Because you the people, billions of people out there, few world leaders compared to billions, and they are hell bent on maintaining their complete dominance control of the billions of people. And they doing it by all kind of devious ways. Lies, spin, deception, stories. And I'm listening to these stories today on CNN. That's about all I can take. I give them a few minutes, but I can't sit there and listen to that shit too long. I have to go over here where these other guys is talking. I remember one time I was listening to Alex Jones, and he admitted that he had made a mistake on a report that he had given. And he went back and corrected it. I mean, just like I did when I was telling you about when I was on top of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre over here in Israel, and I talked with the Ethiopian priest, and he was reading the Bible, the Ethiopian Bible, and I made a mistake by saying that it was written in Amharic. It wasn't written in Amharic. I was corrected by a friend of mine that knew that particular Bible they got up there is written in Ge'ez. It's another whole language. Okay, so I came back and did another video to correct that. I saw Alex Jones do the same thing when he was talking about the Sandy Hook situation, where he realized that he had made an error in his reporting, and he came back and first of all explained that he made that error and apologized for it, and then went on to say that his objective is to tell the truth. And if it's the time that he's corrected and found out that he's made an error, he said, I'm willing to apologize and go back and correct it. You've never heard none of those mainstream news media say that. And they always lying about some stuff. That's one thing you can be guaranteed. You sit there and listen to CNN, you listening to lies and spin, and they telling you this stuff based on an objective. Now, let's look at this CNN Plus. And I'll compare it to, look at Alex Jones, Banned.TV. One of the most banned, Alex Jones is the most banned individual on all platforms. You hear me? All platforms, especially coming out of America. That one name right there is about as bad as talking about a medical situation with no approval and license. But CNN Plus went on air with $400 million investment. They had the money, they had the equipment, they had the talent. But one thing they didn't have that they needed the most was the people to buy that service. Why CNN? Cable's News Network started many years ago out of Ted Turner Corporation. Why is it that after all these years of being on air, they started a specialized news service dedicated to dust and dust? Millions of people know about it, and they was only able to get in a month something like 10,000 people to watch their stuff. 10,000 people. These are the facts, the numbers. But with a $400 million budget, equipment up the yazoo, the best equipment, 4K cameras, the best sound system, the network, the satellite, everything they needed. And the people, the professional, cause they had the Don Lemon and Anderson Cooper and all them other cats over there on CNN Plus dressed more casual to talk about whatever. And they only got in 1 month 10,000 people. Then let me show you what's happening over here on this other network. Jones is on. In one day, they reach an average of 4 million people in one day. Certain emergency broadcasts and certain things they do and certain topics they talk about, they get up to 9 million people in one day. You know what their operating budget is a year? $27 million. That's it. And they selling t-shirts and top quality products to make that money. Why? Because the majority of the people now out here are seeking the truth. And you talking about American citizens? A lot of American citizens are waking up and becoming aware of their government bullshit. And they just don't want to hear it no more. They just, CNN don't have the support of the people because CNN have been caught in so many different lies and scandal and not telling the truth. And people go back and fact check them and find out CNN was just spinning it. Just spinning it. In other words, they just lying, telling you stories. And so I'm listening to the people they got over here talking about Ukraine, and they got the blonde hair, blue-eyed white women standing there crying and holding the baby and talking about the soldiers, but then when they went over there, and I don't know, I guess they must have been sleepwalking, they interviewed an old elder Ukrainian grandmother, and she stood there and told him, she said, we have been hiding out down here in this building in the basement for the past 2-3 weeks. And we saw some soldiers and we saw that they was Ukrainian soldiers, and the grandmother told them, our people. And she said that when they went out and announced that there were people in the basement, those soldiers opened fire. She said people was falling around her, and when she saw what was happening, she fell and played dead. And when they left, she got up and they had killed everybody. She said those was Ukrainian soldiers. Then another guy, he stated that it's not Russians that's bombing. These are Ukrainians that's bombing. And then CNN telling the world it's Russian. So that when Biden stand up and tell the people we sending another $800 million of support, $800 million of weapon and all of this, and then they up to all together right now looking at $3 billion, a real over $3.1 billion they done sent to Ukraine. But then the thing about it, the ding-dong American citizens have been so stoked by CNN to think that, okay, we're going to pay higher gas price just to hurt Putin. That them people in America don't even realize that out of all of that fuel that Putin been selling, the world, America has been only getting 3%. I say it again. Out of all of this fuel that Putin has been selling around the world for years, America only get 3%. So you mean to tell me 3% fuel from Russia is going to cause your fuel price to go up for your car double and triple? And then your arrogant ass president, old demented ass white dude full of corruption, is standing there telling the people the price is high because of Putin. And then one of the reporters asked him about it going down. He arrogantly said, no, it ain't going down. Hold up now. Wait a minute, dog. Wait a minute. Hold up. Now, ain't you the president? How you gonna just say it ain't going down? You hear what I'm saying? See, woo, these people, man, God, I gotta say it. God damn, these old motherfuckers arrogant. They've been out there so long that they actually think that there ain't nobody gonna do shit to them. The arrogancy of that, and the record that America got, and then they got a nerve to talk about human rights violation on somebody else damn country. And the first fucking thing started with America, them heathens coming up out of Europe, wiping out all those indigenous people that was in that country. Oh shit, you talking about human rights violation? You don't want to ride that train. We can start from day one when them heathens stepped foot in America, called Christopher Columbus. All through the centuries, stuff they done to people all over the world. They're going to have the damn audacity to open their mouths to another country talking about some goddamn human rights violation. And then he stood there and boldly told the reporter, no, the prices ain't going down. I'm like, okay, so why should they? Because the people are paying it. And that's hella profit. You're going to look up next year, they're going to be telling about how much damn profit these energy company made. That's what they're going to do. See, they're going to whoop your ass into believing that you need to pay the price to hurt Putin. And the same damn fuel that they've been paying, the same price that never changed for them, the price didn't go up for them, the purchasing price didn't go up for them, but they was able to hoodwink you, bamboozle you, trick you into you paying more for the same stuff that they've been getting at the same price, and the price never went up to them. What normally happens in a business situation, an economy, is when the price of raw goods increase. That means the price connected to this raw good, whatever they turn it into, it increases all down the line. So that means if you paying more for your oil that you process into gas for the car, if you pay more for that oil, you're going to pass that increase on to the customer, maybe a few pennies, you understand, because you want to make sure that you stay in so much percentage of profit. So what you do, you say, okay, well, now that I'm paying another $1 per barrel, then I need to increase the price of the fuel at the pump 10 cents. Because you got hundreds of millions of cars buying billions and billions of gallons of fuel every day. You understand? So you ain't gonna lose. But then to have a $2, $3, $4, $5 increase in fuel, you can't even imagine how much money that is for these bandits. That they're not paying 1 penny more for nothing. But they damn sure got the U.S. government people. The U.S. government got the people happily going there with their extra money. And at the end of the day, the U.S. we have that. You tell me. If I'm wrong, you tell me when the hell ever in the history had the U.S. government shown that they gave a damn about another people. Look at Afghanistan. I told you, that used to be the corrupt politician money laundering center. But when it got so daggone complicated, they moved operation to Ukraine, where they had a president that would do what they wanted. Just as corrupt as those politicians in the United Snakes of America. Then next door to a country that wasn't down for the bullshit, Russia. And at a certain point, when they just arrogantly just kept poking at Russia, America was doing it, using that ding-dong President Zelensky in Ukraine. He just got to a point where Russia was tired of taking that shit. And you already know, because you was over there busy trying to pay your mortgage and keep your lights on. You ain't know what the hell y'all wasn't talking about Russia. Nobody was talking about Russia. Nobody. Damn sure wasn't talking about Ukraine. You know, most Americans to this day can't point to Ukraine on the damn map. You think I'm lying? Do it. Ask your partner. Don't go to Google Maps. You just pull up a map and say, show me where Ukraine is. Don't even know. You understand what I'm saying? But now you got all this goddamn discussion about Ukraine and the Zelensky and Vladimir Putin, and we got to help the Ukrainians. And you don't know how much them damn Europeans don't give a shit about your black ass. If I have to say it. If I have to say it. If I have to say it. Because you sit up and listen to CNN. And here CNN Plus, according to their numbers, had a $400 million operating budget. All the professional, degreed people, you know, everything they needed. And couldn't get but 10,000 people to sign up in 1 month. But then, they're the ones that be talking about Alex Jones and Joe Royer and Owen Sawyer, you know what I'm saying, and Greg Reese. You know, you got to be really doing something when you literally have the president and government members call you out by name. You know what I'm saying? Now we know the U.S. government. They on record for the shit that they've done around the world to billions of people for years. They on record for lies and deception. How did the Vietnam War started? Because the U.S. government came and told you the truth that the Viet Cong attacked the U-boat in the Gulf of Tonkin. The U.S. government told you the truth that happened? Hell no. That incident never happened in the Gulf of Tonkin. And they started the incredible Vietnam War based on a damn lie. And all them innocent men and women died because of that. But why did they do that? Because the military armament is the biggest business on planet Earth, up there with drug sales. And ain't none of that shit stopped. They go tell you whatever, but business as usual. You talk about the drug deal, look, okay, how long did El Chapo run around? And they talk about they couldn't catch Guzman. They was looking for, and what's the other guy, El Chapo, and what was that other big drug kingpin down there? It was El Chapo and Shazam. The guy that El Chapo actually got his start from. Anyway, for years, America was talking about the war on drugs, war on drugs. And they looking for El Chapo, and they looking for the drug, kingpins and all that. And that went on for years. But then when they wanted Muammar Gaddafi, Saddam Hussein, they wanted Saddam Hussein because I was over here in Israel, and I remember when they announced that they had caught Saddam Hussein. They found him in his own country in a hole somewhere out there in the middle of nowhere with $1 million cash. They found him, no problem. In another country, not their own, in a hole out in the middle of nowhere with $1 million US cash. That's how they found Saddam Hussein. When they finally got to him, that's where we was at. But then here you got Mexico right across the fence. You know what I'm saying? That you claim you can't find the damn drug lord. El Chapo and the other guy. Yeah, I guess it'll come to me. So you see the bullshit that America be running on its own people? Oh man, this war on drug. Hell, all you gotta do is look over the fence and you can find the guy. But no, they go all the way on the other side of the damn planet. They over there, night over here, and they find a dude in his own country hid out in a damn hole. Y'all, come on now. Reason why I'm talking to you, because I don't want you to just die stupid. Okay, at some point of your existence on this planet, I want you to get some sense and stop being gullible to the bullshiggity that these world leaders are feeding us. And that is a major resistance against what's taking place to us as a people. Because we have one common enemy, and it don't make no difference if you black or white, blue or green. They are endeavoring to wipe us out. Yes, sirree, Bob. Now, that means that this is a situation where unity is going to bring us victory, just like in any military. You can't be up in there talking about blacks get over there, whites get over here, because you whites may need them blacks' help, and vice versa. You blacks may need them white helps, and y'all know that. All of y'all that's been in the military, you know those that have actually been in real live battles, that them damn bullets are not prejudiced. They slide up in the white flesh just as easy as they will black flesh. And so that means that when you out there fighting your enemy ain't trying to just kill black people. They ain't trying to kill white people. They trying to kill all y'all asses. When they drop the bomb don't say, ooh, let me scoot around the white man, leave him alive, and kill all the black men. Every damn body die. And so this is the process that the citizens in this world are under now. We, black, white, green, blue, all of us humans on this planet, they're in the process of wiping us out. Yes, sirree, Bob. And if you don't know that by now, it's a damn shame. With all this information floating around all over the planet, let me tell you something. In military, they say, when in doubt, shoot. In the military, they say if it's a 1% chance that something could go wrong, then we're gonna act like there's a 100% chance that it will go wrong. That way you don't get caught off surprise. You don't get caught off surprise. All right? So when you out here moving around the planet and you hear about something, and then you start hearing all different types of narratives about what that something is. It's good, it's bad, you might die, you may not die, you may live, or you may have side effects or something. You know, if you think about the way the military look at stuff, if it's a 1% chance of something going wrong, we deal with it as if it's a 100% that it will go wrong. So if you're dealing with a product that they tell you may cause you cancer, or may cause you, your hair to grow, fall off, something like that, and you're dealing with a drug or something that have all these side effects, then the best way to know of a surety that the side effects won't bother you is don't use the damn drug. It's just that simple. Don't use the drug. Because if you didn't know, all drugs start out from a natural organic source, a plant or an herb or something, that they change it and use chemicals so they can increase their money. All right? But it all started from a plant source. You understand? And so knowing that means that anything that come up, there's a plant, herbal, natural remedy to cure it, not treat it like they're doing. They're making these drugs and chemicals just to treat a situation, which means they are not interested in getting rid of the situation. They want to keep selling you the drug to treat it so you don't have the symptoms, so you can go on with your life. And then they have beautiful words to tell you to make you feel like you're doing a good thing for yourself, because even though you got this shit growing out of the side of your neck, the doctors say, but you can take this particular drug to help that thing growing out of your side of your neck not get so big, so you can maintain your quality of life. Y'all know that's the way they talk. Maintain your quality of life. Take this drug and that shit growing out of the side of your neck won't bother you that much. And so you can maintain your quality of life. And here it is, you walking around with some shit growing out the side of your neck and everybody looking like you, what the hell? But because the doctor done gave you some shit that you can maintain the quality of your life, you walk around with the shit hanging out the side of your neck, maintaining your quality of life. Everybody's staring at you, and you don't even know that there's a herbal natural remedy to help you to get rid of that shit hanging out the side of your neck. But your doctor knows best. I remember that's what they used to say back in the day all the time. But the doctor knows best. The doctor don't know this. Yeah, he know how to write prescription and pass out drugs. You talking about drug dealer not finding El Chapo? Hey, that joke is right there. MD. You know what I'm saying? Passing out that dope. Pharmacists all everywhere. CVS all over the place. Over here, everywhere. Israel, everywhere. Pharmacists up there with them white jackets on, passing out that dope. And got you coming back for more. You know what I'm saying? But then, when they couldn't find El Chapo for all these years doing the war on drugs, beautiful words they feed you, all of a sudden, and they can't even hold him. I mean, he Escobar, that's him, Pablo Escobar. I told you I'd think of a minute. Chapo got his start by moving some heavy weight for El Chapo. I mean, Pablo Escobar, big dog. You know. So Guzman came in, El Chapo, and he took over getting this stuff into the States, right? And so when he made that first delivery in time for Escobar kept giving him product. And he just kept growing until he became, that drug lord like he is. So it was the two, Pablo Escobar and El Chapo. America just say, ooh, can't find it. Don't we looking for a war on drugs? But then you know what? As soon as America legalized marijuana, boom, El Chapo locked up. And he was the one that he had a reputation for escaping all prison that he put in. They got him out. They bought a house damn near a mile away from the prison. And because that drug business is a multi-billion-dollar, Chapo, all them guys, they multi-billionaire. I mean, they have gold, solid gold guns, you know, and stuff you can't even imagine. You know, you work the job and driving up down the street every day going to it. And these jokers, man. So anyway, they bought this little house and they dug a tunnel. I think it was over a mile long, sophisticated tunnel. It had a rail system in it, lights, air pumps and vent. And they did it all silently. And they was able to dig that tunnel right up to El Chapo's prison cell over there by the toilet. They put a hole just big enough to where when he stood there on the toilet or he sat down on the toilet, he could slip that hole. And see, they had 24-hour CCTV, closed circuit TV on it. And when he would go over there to use the toilet, they could just see the top of his head. And when he would sit down, they couldn't see it. And so when they got their hole dug, he was standing right there, and he was looking down there at the hole at him. And then when they was ready, he pretended like he was sitting down, and the guards saw him sit down, and they said, okay, well, he taking a crap. And the guard wasn't paying attention. He slid right down that hole, and they had a electric bicycle down there, so he could ride that mile. And they had the rail. I mean, it was laid out. That dope dude sit down there. By the time the guard thought that he was finished, that dude is coming up out of the house a mile away in the car and gone. And then America say they war on drugs, and now they legalize marijuana, and they got El Chapo in prison. You see how that worked? Now all these years, they ain't been able to catch El Chapo and the other dude. I just named him. Pablo Escobar. These two cats, they ain't been able to get him. But when America legalized marijuana, both of them gone. Pablo Escobar and El Chapo. You ain't heard nothing else about the Mexican drug lords. Have you? No. Why? Because now America's selling the dope to you, the government, making billions of dollars. And you know how many people sitting in prison for a nickel bag of weed right now? Why don't you go back retro and let them dudes go? No, they ain't doing that. They giving white guys and black people, some black people, license to sell that legal marijuana, and billions of dollars are coming in. You see that? Ain't that some bullshit? And so, you know what the old saying say, when you're broke, sell dope. But anyway, back to that CNN Plus fiasco. Over there on them networks, Jones reported that on a daily basis, on the low end, they get 4 million viewers. And then they got the podcast. They got all kind of contributors to the network. People telling the truth. And then, you know, I don't even buy nothing. I just listen. And then you got the other one, Getter, Gettr. Then Telegram, CSUN Share. And all these other networks these people are using that are talking about different things and not spinning it. Because the people are tired of bullshit. You understand? I mean, nothing go wrong and everything is all right until the government step up and start doing stuff. It's not your neighbor, your friends. You just think about that now. How many people do you actually know that's out here really screwing stuff up? More than likely, you don't know anyone that's out here actually screwing stuff up. But when you flick the TV on, watch the news, here come the government, do some buzz shaking it, tearing some stuff up every single time. from the government. You didn't raise the price of gas. Who did? Your government did. But who actually raised the price? The corporation. Because your country is not ran by a government. That president walking around, look at him. He got dementia. Hell, he talking about, yeah, anytime you can go and blah, 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 blah. What? Yeah, anytime you go and blah, blah, blah. Boy, Tucker Carlson had that guy laid out. I laughed my hair off, man. I said that was so crazy. Tucker Carlson, he standing up, the president talking about, yes, whenever, the people, the children, and blah, blah, blah. Man, Tucker Carlson kept doing that, man. I laughed my head off, man. And that's the president you got. Ain't nobody saying nothing about it. Why? Because he ain't that important. When that boy Obama went to the White House, everybody over there got around Obama, and the president of the United States of America over there shaking hands in the air. Damn. Why ain't nobody doing nothing about it? Because he ain't the one that's running nothing. Hell, he reading the script. Every time you come to the podium, he reading the script. All he doing just the figurehead. The United States of America is ran by the corporation. The corporation with the money. It's the corporate America. That's who running the country. The men and women with the money. And whatever they want, they get. And everything they want is to help them get more money. That damn president ain't doing nothing. He call no shot. Hell, they buy damn president. How much your ass cost, nigga? You know what? How much I give you a check, give you cash. Yeah, I swipe you on the credit card. Buy a damn president. Shit, a president costs what? Nothing. I'm just telling you these things in case you may not know. You're being played by CNN. How you gonna have a budget of $400 million, all the top flight equipment, all professional, highly degreed individuals, some of them walking around with 2-3 degrees, and you can't get but 10,000 damn people to sign up for your service? That's because your ass don't know the people. You're sitting up there with your degrees, talking amongst yourselves, talking about what the American people want, and you ain't took your ass out there to ask a question. Talking about what the American people want. You don't know what the hell the American people want. And this man over there with a budget of $27 million, right, a year, selling t-shirts, got more people listening to him than CNN Plus with a $400 million budget. Couldn't get but 10,000 people. After they did that, I read the article. They said they announced to the people that they shutting down. Said them people was then hysteric, man, because, they thinking they done got these, and all the new hires they done got over there, thinking they finally done got their career position. And they walk around 30 days, with their little Starbucks coffee. Good morning. Going to their little desk. Now they get an announcement. Shit, this is over with. Pack your shit, go. What? Man, the article said some of them people was in hysteria. They lost it. They was crying and all messed up because they couldn't believe their ears. Well, that's because your network, people now know that CNN, MSNBC, and Fox News, and those mainstream medias are not news stations. These are not news anchors. These are news actors that spewing propaganda and spinning shit to support the narrative that the United States government is spinning. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way it works. That's a damnable shame. That's an embarrassment before the world. But you notice they ain't said nothing about it. They keeping you focused on dumb shit, and they not really even talking to you about how that happened. What happened to CNN Plus and that $400 million? Well, it didn't work. Why? Don't nobody want to hear that shit no more, actually. People, folks don't know. How is this guy over here with a $27 million budget is getting 4 to 9 million people a day listening in? That's just on one network, and the place is syndicated all across America, and podcasts and radio stations, and all these people are listening and become aware of the bullshit that's taking place. That's why. And I mean, they ripped it open about everything that this medical society was on. I mean, the whole 9 yards. And then you go listen to CNN to compare the incredible spin job that they put on world events. All lies. That's how that black guy was sitting up there in that church with all them Ukrainians, and he was the only one that flew to Ukraine to help fight in the war. Negro, and none of these Ukrainians here that are born and raised and got families there are willing to get on that plane with you. Some supposed to tell your dumb ass, wait a minute. Because they know that job been going on for years. Them people up there, they spinning too. And then when I look and see, they talking about how many people suffering. Shit, all the videos I seen, most of them, I see the people sitting at the table with nice, warm, colorful jackets on, eating and, talking, doing all right. But then, the money. You all don't know who getting that money that Biden, the government said we're gonna send over there. You don't know who getting that money. You do not know nothing. Only thing you've been told, y'all gotta support Ukraine. Oh, we gotta support Ukraine. We stand for Ukraine. Let me ask you a question. Why? Why are you living in Nebraska, America, Oklahoma, America, Miami, Florida? Why the hell you figure you need to support Ukraine when your gas price is higher than a mofo? Seem like you need some damn support. You paying all these astronomical gas prices and your food shelves is going bare and you thinking about goddamn Ukraine? It seems to me that you don't have no damn time or energy to be sitting up here talking about no damn Ukraine when right here in your own house, you missing food items because they're not on the shelf, and your pockets is lighter because the damn gas you tried to put in your car, it didn't take you $75 where it was initially, taking you only $35. You having to come out of your pocket with another $40 to fill that tank up. Because your government, and you over here worrying about some goddamn Ukraine. And you don't even know that situation been going on with those people for years. This ain't just popped up, but because you listen to CNN and you see the blonde-haired, blue-eyed white woman on there crying and suffering all that, that's what you concerned about. You don't even realize 2014, all this shit started way back there with Obama in office. Trump coming in, you know what I'm saying? And you all caught up. Only thing I'm saying to you people, you need to expand your source of information and get up off your CNN and go to these different networks and see what somebody else is saying. Unless you like Roland Martin, the black guy over there with his little network, and only people he bring up, he just like the U.S. government. He don't have people with opposing position of him. He always stick with people that's going to support what he talking about. He don't deal with people that's got an opposing opinion. I watch it, and he always talking about the college thing. The college thing. You know who came up out of those colleges? It's what they call black people in this organization. They call the boule. They say Obama is in the boule, and what the boule is simply is a organization of blacks that support a white agenda. That's it. Now you can let anybody tell you anything, whatever. They gonna hide that, just like the Mason. They hide all these little organizations. They work in stealth mode because they behind the scene doing stuff. And so when you find out that these people are actually not what they say they are, you be surprised. But then when a brother like me stand up and tell you that them boule Negroes, they very treacherous. Why? Because they working for the establishment. And they're the type Negroes that, they send out there to keep the other Negroes in check. Like Al Sharpton is one. Al Sharpton got that membership, $10,000 a year to that cigar club up in New York. Y'all don't know about that. And so how does he have a program on the TV, their network? He don't own satellite. He don't make enough money to have an uplink to a satellite that he can say what he want to say, like these other guys do. So he have to say what he want to say on their network, but he don't get to say what he want to say on their network because they done already told him, you say what we want you to say or you ain't gonna be on this network. So at the end of the day, what he talking about is what they want him to talk about to you, black people. And so every time something jump out with black folk, here come Al Sharpton. Jesse Jackson used to be the other one, but his medical situation have got him to a point he can't go. So they got Al Sharpton standing up there. We shall over. What? I'm looking at this shit. And Al Sharpton right there in the middle with his old skinny gray haired self. Singing in 2022, we shall overcome. I be damn. You know what I'm saying? Look, man, I told you I'm 60. So that means, yeah, I was out there with Martin Luther King. I was born and raised in Atlanta and was in, experienced a bunch of riots over there on Capitol Avenue over there in Peopletown. They riot every weekend over there. So that ain't nothing new. Maynard Jackson, Jesse Jackson, all them cats, Andrew Young, they all was down there in Atlanta. I remember all of them. When I think the brother was the first black mayor, what was his name? Maynard? Was it Maynard Jackson? Andrew Jackson? He was kind of thick, big guy. Curly hair, kind of put me in the mind of he could have been the Rock brother, Big Samoan. That's what he reminded me of. I think that was him. Maynard Jackson was the first African-American president in the city of Atlanta. Okay, check me on that. You can go back and look it up. I'm driving now. I can look it up. But I think that was Maynard Jackson. And all them activists, Andrew Young, Martin Luther King, they all was down there in ATL. We was out there. I was a little bit of a joker, but I remember, I remember. And now, some of them cats, they done died off, and then they done got old and kind of like too old to deal with that stuff. So they ain't even on the scene like that. Like Jesse Jackson, last time I saw him, man, he looked so bad struggling. I said, man, this might be the last little meeting he come to. He ain't doing too good. But Al Sharpton's still up there. We shall overcome in 2022. It's just like me and Jesus. At a certain point, if you don't show up, I just know you ain't coming. If we have a meeting and you late to a certain amount of minutes, you ain't coming. You ain't called. You ain't sent a text message. You ain't said nothing about why you're late, where you at, when you gonna be there. Shit, I'm going. Why? He ain't coming. And then to not have enough respect to send a message to say, you know what's going on with you? Like where I'm going right now. This guy called me early this morning, asked me could he come back because one of his pieces of equipment is just about out of fuel. He asked me could I come this morning. I said, let me check something, I'll call you right back. So I had to check with another location, see if they could wait. And then, so I called the guy back and told him, okay, I'll be up there at 9 o'clock. He said, great, man, I appreciate it, Richard. If you can come a little early, that'll work too. I said, yeah, but I know right now I get there at 9. So I called him back, you understand, and let him know when I'll be there. So you've been waiting on this clown for an hour. He's an hour late, and within that time, he didn't even call to say nothing. Okay, 15 minutes before the meeting start, he didn't have the wherewithal to say, I'm gonna be 5 minutes late. I'm gonna be 30 minutes late. Okay, it's like you call me 15 minutes before the meeting start to say you're gonna be 5 minutes late. I'm coming. I appreciate that. I would appreciate it because you didn't allow me to be sitting there at 9 o'clock waiting on you, and then at 9:01 you late now. 9:01 you late. But you took it upon yourself to reach out 15 minutes early, 8:45, and say, listen, This is what's happening, yada, 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 dust, field, thaw, thither. I'm going to be there at 9:07. I'm going to say, Toda, great. Toda, excuse me, Toda means thank you. I'm going to say, great, Toda, thank you for letting us know. Then maybe we can shoot out the office and do something right quick. Be back 9:07, 9, he down. But Jesus ain't did none of that. We got people running around here been waiting for decades. They done died waiting on Jesus. Jesus ain't sent no message or nothing. I'm coming next year. People still waiting on it. I know y'all gonna sit down. That's funny. But see, my mother was 89 when she left out of here. And she waited on him all them years. And Jesus never showed up. What do you think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do what I need to do. I'm not waiting on no damn Jesus. That's it. That's just bottom line. And see, the people been hypnotized so smooth that they really don't care how long it takes. They don't care how long they wait, because they've been told no man know the day or another hour of his return. You damn right, don't no man know. So with all this here going on in the world, how long do you expect to wait? You can't question the Lord. See, all these psychological things they done put up here to keep your mind in a mental prison. And you believe that. And that's the same way CNN does you when it comes to information. You know what I'm saying? I don't even call them a news channel. They are a spin network that's talking about information to help shape your thoughts on things. And that's how these black people and all these people around here talking about we got to help Ukraine, because they've been conditioned to believe they supposed to. That's why the president stood up there, your president stood up there in your very face and told you we responsible to help Ukraine. And don't even have to give you an explanation why. And then he's sending billions of dollars over. But let me just speak about him. Joe Biden, the incredible evil and corruption that him and his family, y'all, man, we done heard about Hunter Biden and the damn laptop, Hunter Biden and the laptop. Let me just say about the laptop right quick. The laptop broke down and he took it to the shop to have it repaired. They repaired it and he didn't go back to get it. And for whatever reason, one of the technicians, and you supposed to already know they're going to be looking in your stuff. Especially they got time and ain't nothing to do. They figure, let me sneak around and see. It's just the human nature. Let me just look and see what, So that technician got up there and saw some shit. Whoa! See, need to teach your ass next time. Don't be looking in people's shit. You ass liable to see something you don't want to see. Now he looked at Hunter Biden's shit and he saw some shit he didn't want to see. And the shit he saw, he figured, oh, damn, whoa. So now he got to call in the law. And the law comes in, and because this nigga is the vice president's son, here we go. It gets to the president, who they all in cahoots in this corruption. And now they get their machine to go in to try to cover that shit up. But it got out. And he got videos of the shit he doing, emails of the shit they was doing. And this is the mofo that's standing up there, the president of the United States of America, that has been involved in all this damn wickedness and corruption. And the boy's laptop is proof positive that it happened. And he the damn president talking about we got to give all this money to the Ukraine. And y'all dumbasses is said, yeah, let's help Ukraine. And that mofo ain't told none of y'all where that money going. And I bet you with they corrupt ass, it's going in their pocket. Because if you talk about the military contractors and the stock options and all the money they got already invested in the many corrupt things that we don't have, me and you, we don't have a clue as to what the hell they doing behind closed doors. And then they talk about all these people, Hunter Biden business partners, how many multiple trips they took to the White House. They not government officials. They not, in the government. They just, that boy is Hunter Biden, which is Biden's son, business partner. Why the hell they got to go to the Capitol that many times? Because they up there using that political position to leverage billions of dollars in their pocket. Corrupt, man. Just corrupt. And he the one that is now the United States of America president. You know what? After that laptop situation came out, so much information came out, you know what? You know who I thought about? Donald Trump. And let me just say this to you. You remember it was Trump talking about investigating the Bidens over there in Ukraine. Bam. You see that? Trump was right. Trump was right. Because he knew. See, us down here in this damn traffic, we don't know shit about what they're doing. Why? Because I'm out here in the traffic, you sitting over there listening to me. What do we know what they're doing? Where is Hunter Biden? Where is Donald Trump? Where is Biden? We don't know where these jokers at or what they're doing. But Trump knew. That's why he wanted them investigated. But it didn't happen because why? They had all these people in cahoots together, right? Running the bullshit. And so now it's more easier to believe that it's something really, really corrupt concerning Ukraine when it comes to President Biden and his family. And why is it that they're going so hard on trying to discredit Vladimir Putin and support Ukraine? But the word is out. Ukraine has become corrupt politician #1 money laundering country. And why is it that these people are sitting on the board of these energy companies? Hunter Biden's on the board of a company. Nancy Pelosi is on the board. Hunter Biden is on the board, and then that other guy, Chuck Schumacher. I'm told that, his son is on the board also. So what happened is what? These people can funnel money that, they call ill-gotten gains, and then be able to live lavish lifestyle off of corruption. And we have no idea that it's going on. Why? Because we out here in this damn traffic trying to get somewhere to get us a few, shekels so that we can keep a roof over our head and food in our stomach. We don't have time to know what they're doing. You understand? But they doing it though, yeah, man, that was so dumb. Why that boy didn't go back and get that laptop? He probably was strung out on some of that. He even had pictures of him all messed up, laid up in the bed, crack pipe, acting a damn fool. That's probably what it was. He probably got so blasted, he just absolutely, completely forgot about the damn laptop. But that thing, and because the system is so corrupt, that's why the president's still up there. That's why Hunter Biden ain't locked up for the shit that they found on that laptop, which is proof positive videos and emails of all the corrupt shit they was involved in. You have proof, you have the evidence, and them niggas is not locked up. That shows you just how incredibly vast their world of corruption exists. That you got so many other corrupt people that the person that has been, found out to be super corrupt still free. You understand what I'm saying? How is it that Joe Biden and Hunter Biden are still free? How is it that the president is still sitting in that seat with this laptop that proves beyond the shadow of a doubt their guilt is homemade sin? But they still there. You understand? The reason why is they dwell in a system filled with other corrupt individuals. And what makes them corrupt? Money. Money. They all been getting paid. So they ain't willing to take nobody down. They want to keep going. And that's how they're able to exist. You know, you ask yourself, well, damn, if they found all that on the laptop, why they don't just go lock the nigga up? Because they all are in cahoots and corruptions. That's why. Did that ever dawn on you? That thought, did it ever come to you? If they got all this incriminating evidence, proof positive, they got videos showing faces and what they did, you know, and then they got emails and all this other information that is proof positive, this what they did, why the hell these people are still free? Why they ain't locked up? Why they not being prosecuted? Why? Because they function, they dwell, they operate, they live in a system that is completely corrupt, meaning what? Okay, let me just make that even plainer, easy to understand. The reason why they ain't locked up is because of the fact that damn near every individual in that system that's supposed to lock them up are corrupt. The people that's supposed to lock them up are corrupt. That's why they ain't locked up. Is that understandable? Why? Because they live in a system that's corrupt. So the people that's supposed to investigate it, they know how to squash it and make it disappear. And the next thing also, they know they dealing with busy ass citizens that's actually too daggone busy to even pay attention. And they know that the attention span and the memory span of the people is so short, all they have to do is stop talking about it on the news and the people gonna forget about it. Come up with something else to talk to the people about, and their minds will be stuck on that. So they talking about Ukraine. And you don't hear about the Hunter Biden laptop enough to even come up with the thought, well, damn, why they still free if they got all that incriminating evidence that says these people committed all these type of crimes. Yeah, and so when you think about, you remember Trump was trying to get them investigated, and Biden was the president, and he threatened the president of Ukraine at the time by telling him that the $1 billion that America's supposed to give him, he said, we're not going to give them to you. But then the president said, who are you? The money's already been promised to us. Biden said, you're not going to get that money. And I mean, he said it confidently, like he wasn't the one to okay the payment. Biden wasn't the one to okay the payment. It was the government. But he told the president to stop the investigation. He told him to fire the DA, the district attorney that actually was doing the investigation. And then the president was like, why should I? He said, that $1 billion you want for your country, you ain't gonna get it unless you get rid of the DA. And so the president told him, but you're not the one to authorize that. It's already been authorized that we're going to get the $1 billion from America. Biden confidently, arrogantly told you ain't getting that money. And so what happened? The president get a call that they not going to be able to give him the money unless, and then next thing you know, the guy was fired. And Biden sat there arrogantly on stage and told the people, what do you know? The guy's fired. And so, you see what I'm saying? Now, how is it that he was so confident in knowing that he could tell the president of the country, you're not going to get that $1 billion. $1 billion that he had nothing to do with okaying for them to get. How can he say he wasn't going to get it? Because he know that all them jokers involved in it was corrupt and they was in cahoots together. And all he had to do was tell them, don't give him that money. Because if he investigate and they find out this shit that we've been doing, we all can go down. So that's how everybody is on code. Like, oh, you ain't getting that money, dog. Fire that DA. And the DA got fired. And that's the guy passing out America's money. So I'm telling you, Ukraine people, shit. You see how tore up that city is? It's gonna remain like that, cause all America did was use them to get billions of dollars in their pocket. Biden, as corrupt as he is, his family and all them people around him, all that money that they talk about, they sending Ukraine and shit like that. Oh, they probably, they send a few soldiers over there, some equipment, make it look good. But the cash that they talking about, and he specifically said cash, that damn money ain't going to help them people. Most of that money be used up in administration costs, fees, and all kind of shit they can come up with to tell you why wasn't nothing left but $1,000. And all they could do is buy some damn toilet paper for the Ukrainians. Shit like that. America do shit like that. Just to be doing shit like that. And y'all sit up suckers and think, you understand, you're doing something good. You're doing something against Putin. I'll be damned. Wow, what a shit show. He doing something. You go, as long as it hurt Putin. You ain't hurting Putin. Y'all don't know that Vladimir Putin, he actually have the most expensive house. His house sitting on a mountain over there with a driveway that's 25 miles long. Not in America, one over there, Russia. All right, I saw it on a documentary these white boys did. These white boys always all over the world looking at shit. So these two cats went over to see this house that Putin's supposed to have. They're called 1.2 billion US dollars. You talking about houses in America, 150 million, the most expensive house in America, 180 million, whatever it is. Putin sit over there in a crib called 1.2 billion. And the driveway is 25 miles long. When the two dudes went up there to see it, they got stopped by security on the road. Okay, and security like, hey, what y'all want? Where you going? Who are you? See some ID. American, journalist, documented whatever. Told them they was coming, to see Putin house and document shit and all this. And the two dudes was like, well, this is as far as you can go. And they was like, why? What's going on? We came to see the house. And then they asked him, well, how far the house is down this road? He said, this road is the driveway to the house. And it's 25 miles down there. What? Damn driveway, 25 miles long? So they was able to get a drone up in the sky to at least, see it from the air. And the damn place looked like a Waldorf Astoria hotel, man. They say that bitch called $1.2 billion. And then these Americans sitting there like, we gonna hurt Putin. You can't hurt a dude living in a house 1.2 billion. Then he got houses over in America too. California, he got houses here in Israel. Those Russian oligarchs that y'all thought U.S. put sanction on, them big damn super yachts, they just floated them buses right out of the sanction zone. Y'all don't know that. See, Americans think, oh, the government's so strong. These niggas some suckers. These people know the game. Just like Elon Musk taking over Twitter. He knew they wanted him to get on the board. But he know the game. He knew if he had become a board member on Twitter, that he was only going to be able to purchase X amount of stocks being a board member. So he sidestepped that trap. See, they was trying to get him in a trap, but he was smarter than that. The guy's a super intellectual that know this business. How the hell you become a billionaire? A dummy. Dummies don't become billionaires. And so he sidestepped that trap, got the money from the people he knew he could get the money from. I heard, and you can correct me on, it was Saudis, that money, and he doubled the price of the stock, say, well, I want your company. So he made them a deal, an offer they could not refuse, because they would have become instant mega billionaires, messing around with Musk. So he bought the company. So now, we're going to see if he keep his word by taking it private and then making it absolutely free speech like them other sites are, Getter, and CSUN Share, and Telegram, and all them places. But see,
He know that he got to put that information on satellite and get around their control system. He know all that. I just want to see if he gonna make Twitter absolutely free speech, where you get on there and say what the hell you want to say. We'll see. You know, but anyway, this is a very interesting time that we're living in here on planet Earth. Human beings, citizens of the planet, and all that good stuff. And you just, it would be good to keep abreast of what's happening, but not just CNN. You got to branch out there. Don't be afraid of entertaining opposing positions like Roland Martin. I used to listen to Roland Martin. I can't stand them Negroes no more. Oh, super proper ass, because they fake, man. They fake. I was listening to him when he was hollering and screaming all that time about black media financing, and I was listening to him when he was pocket watching Van Jones that got the $100 million from Jeff Bezos. Oh man, Martin, he really, when I watched him talk about that money that Bezos gave Van Jones, Roland Martin looked very pissed off that brother got that money. And then he started breaking down what he could do with the money. I said, damn, this dude is mad. He pocket watching Van Jones and mad because Bezos gave the brother all that money, all them millions. I'm like, damn, Roro, what got you all upset? Come to find out, Bezos gave Van Jones millions of dollars. So, anyway, Roland, he got got him a network over there. He got some advertisement. The last time I saw it, he had some Ford advertisement. Then when he introduced that network, Black Star Network, he talked about the companies that was, going to be running ads on his network. So now he got money coming in. I don't hear him talk about Black Network anymore. I don't hear him say anything about Black Network and money and ad dollars. He good. And so that's why the brother Philip Scott over there, the Philip Scott Audio Experience was saying, I'm a Black Network too. What about, we could use a shot in the arm too. He said, but Roland, I remember all that noise he was making talking about Black Network and advertising budgets and financing. He said it appears to me he done got his money. He quiet now. He said, what about the rest of the Black Network? What about me? Philip Scott got a nice channel. You see how I'm running this off to you? Because you got to be all over the place in extracting information for what you're trying to understand. A lot of people out here breaking this stuff down. And you can hear different thoughts. You be sitting up here, man, you be a CNN junkie. You sitting on the couch, your eyes big, spinning around your head. Next thing you know, you done bought you a ticket to Ukraine. And that's a damn shame. You going to help them in their war and their fight and their army, and you buy the damn ticket. Ain't that some bullshit? And them heathens up there throwing them brothers and sisters off the damn train. No, I'm sorry. That wasn't correct. They did not throw them brothers and sisters off the train. They didn't even allow the brothers and sisters to get on the train, to leave up out of there. Left them standing in the cold. But they turned around and down in Africa, recruiting African soldiers to go fight for them in Ukraine. But the African soldiers had to buy the ticket, which was $1,000, and they had to buy their visa to get into Ukraine. Some of his brothers like, man, screw them. I'm not going over there and fighting their war. That's their business. I said, right on, brother. But then Some of the brothers, they had a bunch of them. Last I heard, about 100 of them jokers was going. I'm like, where did damn $1,000 come from? First, hold up, wait, what? How the hell you want me to come in your damn country and fight for your ass, and I got to buy the ticket and buy a fucking visa, and I'm supposed to be an army, a soldier in your damn army? You see what I'm saying? Man, I will whoop your ass. You come to me with that damn request that you want me to lay down my life for your ass, and you not even willing to buy the goddamn ticket to fly me there and make me pay for a fucking visa. If I'm coming up in there to be a soldier, nigga, you supposed to get me there, and you don't supposed to be no damn visa. You see how that was? So that's another way of saying we don't give a shit about your black ass. You come up here and fight for us, and you can die. Same way to white America. That's why America can't say nothing. Y'all see them pictures of when them brothers was stepping off the bus with their military uniform on, coming in from the war, and the white America grabbed them brothers and hung them in the damn uniform. Y'all don't remember that. That's why the Chinese told America, sit your ass down and shut up talking to us about some human right violation of what we doing to the Uyghurs. What the hell do y'all do to black people in slavery? Oh man, America's like, oh shit, they went there. And then Iran, America talking about we gonna sanction Iran. Iran was like, screw you. Okay, I tell you what, you gonna sanction us? Okay, great. Here's what we gonna do. We gonna sanction your ass for the shit you doing and have done to black people. You ain't heard nothing about Iran and sanctions. Hold up, America, where you go? Hello? You see how this bullshit be, you see how they do? America's just a bully. But anybody really stand up against her, shit, she knuckle up. He knuckle up. And y'all see, we got the greatest country in the world. You got the greatest shit show on earth. That's what it is. Like the Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey, Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey circus. The American U.S. circus, man. My people caught up in the bullshit. They trying to get a big house, trying to get a car. Oh, you know what, man? Now, you know what? It's time for me to turn this damn thing off. I done talked long enough, y'all. I'm out here in this traffic. I need to drink my shake, power shake, whatever y'all call it, smoothie. I got dates, got protein piled up in here, chia seed. You understand? So anyway, as always, for those of you that made it to the end, I appreciate you. I love you. I love you a lot, a whole lot. Like from the basement of my heart all the way up to the attic of my mind. I love you 24/7. That means I love you all the time. Shalom.